Hello and welcome back. We'll finish up this lecture on fractions by looking at dividing fractions. And the nice thing about dividing fractions is that it's the exact same thing as multiplying fractions. There's just one extra step. We have to flip the fraction, and when you flip a fraction, you get what's called its reciprocal. So to reciprocate, to take the reciprocal of means to essentially exchange positions to flip over. So here, when we have 2/3 and I want to divide it by 1/2, this is going to be the same thing as 2/3 times the reciprocal of 1/2, which is going to be 2 divided by 1. And again, when we're multiplying fractions, we multiply the tops, we multiply the bottoms. 3 times 1, well, anything times 1 is just itself. 2 times 2 is going to be 4. And there's nothing I can cancel on the top and the bottom. There's no 2's on the bottom, there's no 3's on the top. So this is just going to be 4/3. On the bottom of, the next fraction down here, 8/7 divided by 7/6. Again, we'll just write it as multiplication. We've seen how to do multiplication, we can do that. It's going to be 8/7 times 6/7, yes. And then again, here, writing this down, we'll get 8 times 6 on the top and 7 times 7 on the bottom. On the bottom, we only have 7's, so the only way that I could reduce this fraction is if I could find a 7 on top. Well, 8 isn't divisible by 7, can't divide 6 by 7. There's no 7's on top, so I can't cancel anything on top with anything on bottom. So 8 times 6 will be 48. 7 times 7 will be 49. So 48 49ths. And then the last example that we'll do of division, this is just going to be 24/16 divided by 8/12. So here, just write all this down. Again, dividing by 18/12 is the same thing as multiplying by 12/18. So here we'll get 24 times 12 on top and 16 times 18 on the bottom. So thus far, this is all we've had to do to divide these fractions. And then the last part is just reducing it. It's a good habit to get into to reduce fractions. When the question asks you for it, it'll be necessary. If the question doesn't ask for it, still a good thing to be able to know, to be able to practice here. So I want to start reducing things on the top and the bottom. So what I'll do is we'll start looking for things that'll cancel. For instance, 24 is going to be 3 times 8. 16 is going to be 2 times 8. So I see that I can cancel an 8 off the top and the bottom. So 24 is going to be 3 times 8 times 12. And then down here, the 16 is going to be 2 times 8 times 18. So I can cancel an 8 off the top and bottom. And I'll continue down here. So what do I have left? I've got a 3 and a 12 on top. And on the bottom, I've got a 2 and an 18. And then here, I can cancel quite a bit on the right-hand side as well. The 12 and the 18 are both divisible by 6. 12 is 2 times 6, 18 is 3 times 6. So I can cancel some 6's. So we've got 2 times 6 on the top, and then on the bottom, 18 is going to be 3 times 6. Well, now we start to see something funny. The 6's cancel, well that's good, but I've also got some 2's. The 2's cancel, and the 3's cancel. So what's happened here? Everything on the top is canceled with everything on the bottom. And we know that if we cancel everything off the top, we just write a 1. If we cancel everything off the bottom, we just write a 1. And what is 1 divided by 1? It's just 1. So here, this was a very nice, what am I trying to say? Nice reduction. It reduced all the way down, not only to 1 divided by 1, but to 1 itself. And just as a word of caution for the moment, addition and subtraction don't play nicely with multiplication and division. So if you had a fraction where you're adding things on top and adding things on the bottom, those things won't cancel. The only things that you can cancel are multiplication and division. So if you're multiplying things on top and multiplying things on the bottom, that's when things will cancel, not addition. But hopefully that won't be a problem in this homework assignment.